Welcome out to the Epically Geeky Show, episode number 20. I'm your host for the evening, Eugene Stevens. Our opening question tonight has a little bit of a build-up to it. So you have been granted the ability to do magic, but you have to have some kind of an instrument in which to cast spells. So my question for you tonight is, wand or staff? Cyrus Martin.
Okay, so wand or staff? Staff being a very large wand, or wand being a very small staff.
I already know what Cyrus is going to pick.
He's stalling.
Look, when in doubt, go big. Staff.
Oh God!
Gotcha. So you're going.
Look, sometimes it takes a big tool to do a big job.
Are you overcompensating for something, Cyrus?
And that was one of the jokes that was in that book I read.
Sometimes you have to overcompensate if you're gonna if you're gonna accomplish anything. If you get what I'm saying.
It's the size of the boat. It's the motion of the ocean.
Gotcha.
It's the size of.
It's to get to England in a rowboat.
It's not the size of the boat. It's the size of the giant hole full of water.
Laney,
Dun, dun, dun.
wand or staff?
I am gonna say wand. Honestly, I would like to like Sabrina the Teenage Witch it and just use my finger. But if I have to decide between a wand and a staff, I'm gonna go for wand. It just seems so much easier. You know, you just like Harry Potter style. You like put it in like your robe pocket and then you just
Gotcha.
ready to go. I don't want to have to like carry that around.
Gotcha. No, it's understandable.
Because the customs would be a bitch. Can you imagine?
Rudy, wand or staff?
I'm going staff all the way because everything should have the potential for being handled like a double-bladed lightsaber. Yes. Staff.
Okay.
Oh, that's fair.
All right. So yeah, that was. No one said anything yet. I didn't say what your staff or wand had to look like. So I mean, technically, if you wanted to have two wands and like chain them together and make them look like your fucking nunchucks that Panthro used. Hey, that's fine. If you want your staff to look like a double-bladed lightsaber, that's fine too. So I understand. Chris, where do you come down on this?
If I had the ability to wield my staff like Darth Maul, then a staff, but probably not because I'm horribly awkward and I'd have to go with a wand. Put it in my purse or something when I'm out with the kids and stuff like that.
Okay, here's the thing. The staff is definitely more intimidating. I mean, granted, you're already doing magic anyway, so that's probably going to be pretty intimidating anyway, but the wand would be much easier to carry around. I'm going to say sake of convenience. I'm gonna go wand, just because, like I said, it's just a convenience thing. Now, unless I decide, I don't know, but if I could have a staff, maybe I could shrink it. I'm gonna go wand.
Just go wand because
okay.
You know what?
No second guessing.
It's way more versatile.
Well, speaking of second guessing and going back to things that we had previously talked about, that's what tonight's show is about. I like going back and listening to the episodes. Hopefully you do too. But going back and listening to the episodes and listening to the conversations that we've had and stuff. And as I was going back and listening, a pet peeve I've always had about, I listen to a lot of podcasts, is they'll, and unfortunately we've done it too, where you table a thought or a process and they'll be like, okay, well, we'll come back to that. And then most of the time they never do. Like I said, that drives me insane. I know it shouldn't, but it does. So we're not going to do that. In fact, this is probably going to become a recurring episode. Every 20, 25 episodes, we'll figure it out depending on how tonight goes. We're going to go back and do an unfinished business episode. So everyone who was not on an episode or any little thing that came up that was questionable, we're going to go back and try to make sure we fill in all the gaps. So we'll be at 100% all the way. So going back through our episodes, all the way back on episode number 3, and in a later episode we talked about peanut butter, and it brought up, it came up several different times, and Cy mentioned many times that he does not care for peanut butter, which is perfectly fine. But on
it's not.
episode...
Don't lie.
Believe me, I love peanut butter too. But on episode number 3, Cy specifically said he was trying to make a point. This was on episode movie trailer questions. He said, he was trying to make a point about 2 different movies, this movie that was coming out, and there were 2 different things. And he's like, I like peanut butter, and I like bubble gum. but I don't think I'll like peanut butter and bubble gum together. And then, like I said, later on, there was this whole conversation about him not liking peanut butter. So I was going to ask Cy, were you just using that as a metaphor, or as an example, or did something happen between episode 3 and episode whenever it was with the food?
Peanut butter gate.
Well, I'm having a hard time with this subject, actually. I've given this a lot of thought.
Okay.
Peanut butter?
I've given a lot of thought to your perception that I don't like peanut butter.
Okay.
Because you said you didn't like peanut butter.
In a certain context.
Oh
like,
my God.
I mean, do I not like peanut butter at all? No, that's not true. I mean,
okay.
Reese's peanut butter cups are awesome.
Oh, hell yeah.
A really good peanut butter and jelly sandwich is pretty good. But in comparison to other food, it's not my first choice. And
Okay, how about this context? Stand up, go to your pantry, get out the jar of peanut butter and a spoon, and eat it, and tell us if you like it or not.
Okay, yeah, that's not going to happen. But
Wow.
yeah.
I'm confused.
No, I'm not. I get it. So you're okay with peanut, because it's like, some people are like, I don't like onions, but unless it's cooked in something or part of something.
It's not
I'm
like
assuming that's where you're coming from.
Okay,
I don't even understand. I mean, I don't know exactly what we were talking about, like in comparison to something else or whatever. But peanut butter itself is a strange food if you think about it. It's a strange, oily, weird food, which it's not necessarily. It's not necessarily what I would consider, great, but it's good. It's fine. It's nothing wrong with peanut butter. But it's not like you're breaking out the peanut butter when the company comes over. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I got you.
That's fair.
So
I just wanted to set the record straight on the peanut butter thing.
Yeah, if there's this perception that I hate peanut butter, I'm like, well, hang on, okay? I mean, if everybody wants to just get on this horse and just decide, well, he said he don't like the peanut butter, I don't understand it. That's fine. Y'all can believe whatever you want, but yeah, in the context of whatever the discussion was, I mean, it's not. I don't go looking for, it's not like I'm like, man, I got to go out to the restaurant and get a peanut butter sandwich. You know what I mean?
Okay, I got you.
There are restaurants that sell peanut butter sandwiches.
There's got to be.
I mean, there's like.
Why not? What's wrong with peanut butter? You don't like peanut butter?
I love peanut butter. That's what I'm saying. Is like, where is this restaurant? Why don't I eat there all the time?
That's what I'm saying. Why don't you eat there? What's wrong?
Oh, that sounds good.
Well, okay.
Alrighty then.
That's what you say. Never had peanut butter at a restaurant though, so yeah, I don't know.
Okay, well, we can move on from the peanut butter conversation. So moving on. Episode number 4 was our Geeky Goals episode, and this was an episode where I had the 4 guys that were on, myself, Rudy, Cy, and Jay, come up with some goals that we wanted to set for ourselves for the coming year. And I didn't have everyone else do that because, we're almost halfway through the year now, but I wanted to go ahead and check in real quick with the guys and see how your geek goals for 2015 are coming along. If you don't remember what they are, I will remind you in just a second. So the 5 that I set out for myself were invite people to events, make goggles/ghost trap, stop over-planning, improve barbecue skills, and post more positive stuff, no negative stuff. Inviting people to events, I've been doing that. I have been posting, hey, I'm going out to watch. In fact, I did it last weekend. Hey, I'm going to go watch Civil War. Does anyone want to join me? And at least I'm trying to get it out there and see if there's anyone I work with or whatever that wanted to go watch the movie with me.
I
haven't started.
I would have gone with you, but
I know. I understand. Y'all weren't here though, so thank you guys. As for making the goggles and the ghost trap, yeah, that's going to happen. I haven't got to start on it yet.
Ghost trap is rough.
Yeah. Stop over planning. Yeah, that's shot to hell.
As we look at a spreadsheet.
Yeah. Improve barbecue skills. Still researching. Still working on it. I think that's going all right.
Can I speak on that one?
Sure,
The
absolutely.
barbecue skills are pretty choice.
Okay,
I
thank
get
you.
to reap those benefits, and they are awesome.
And then post more positive stuff, no negative stuff. I think I've been pretty good about that. I've been trying to either post stuff about the site or, funny things that I see online, and I've been purposely trying. Like I've been completely staying away from political stuff. It's just, I'm trying to be positive. So, Cyrus, the 4 things that you listed for yourself were read more comics, play every game you purchased, write more, and learn to fix your car. How are you doing on those, sir?
Ooh,
I have done none of this.
those are really good goals, though.
Yeah.
Good job, though.
I haven't read any more comics. I am very disappointed in myself about that. I have played very few games, actually.
You've been ripping through, but you've been doing some videos where you've been playing quite a few games.
Well, yeah, but I'd already played. I mean, it's not like I never played those games before.
Okay.
But, I mean, I didn't really play them. I'd turn them on, show everybody, turn them off. The next one, it's not really playing.
Not so much playing for yourself.
Right. Now, writing, I did do a little bit of writing today, and it was for a small little podcast I did. It was fun.
Cool.
And learning to fix my car. I don't think that will ever happen. But I will attempt to learn to fix my car, but I don't think I will ever learn.
Gotcha.
That's realistic.
All right. Jay is not here, so
I can answer.
Rudy.
Let me do Jay.
Okay. The 4 things he had listed were read more comics, add geek culture into house, make time to enjoy geekdom, be more creative. I'm pretty sure, from what he's been posting, I would say maybe the only one he's worked a little bit on is making time to enjoy geekdom, because he has posted being able to go see some movies and stuff like that, and he's been playing some games. So I would say that one he might be able to check off, but I don't know about the other one. So
there are not very many people that I worry about more than I worry about Jay. I worry about it.
Yeah, I understand. Rudy, the 4 things that you had listed were new canon Star Wars books, finish the MAME cabinet, spend more time at home / with your hobbies, and learn more about Steam.
All right, I'm going to start with the least first. Steam, hadn't touched it yet.
Okay.
Every intention to. Hadn't done that yet. The MAME cabinet. I did order some more parts to expand it to a 4-player console.
You did already order them?
Yeah, I've already ordered some of those parts, but I figured out some of the parts that I ordered were not exactly what I thought they were going to be, so I sent those back, and I need to reorder the different pieces because it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I'm pretty sure they have what I need, but anyhow, because I'm trying to actually like drill out the holes and make my own, separate joysticks with the buttons on the sides. It's just, I didn't want to buy something that was totally pre-made and then just cut it into pieces and hope like hell it would fit right. So anyhow, that's
I understand.
Anyhow, the Star Wars book, the book I was waiting on, just released in a hardback version, like in the last week and a half here. So the audio version is supposed to be due out, I want to say like on the 10th or the 15th of next month.
Mm-hmm.
So I was waiting for that to, because I like to listen to them while I'm like running, jogging, working out, and things like that.
Yeah.
So anyhow, that's the only progress I've made there. And I've been having I've had to stop following a couple different Star Wars feeds on Facebook and things like that because they're like everybody's so friggin' excited about this new book, and they're I don't want them to spoil things. There's lots of connections between the movies, and they're filling in a lot of the canon stuff. So, anyhow,
I understand.
That's where I'm at.
Do you know what the name of the book is?
It's called Bloodlines. It has Princess Leia on the front of it.
I'm gonna have to add it to my to-do list.
Yeah, and it talks about the 6 years right before The Force Awakens.
Okay.
But it goes back to the first of the new canon books that I've listened to, Aftermath. And
Okay.
Aftermath is a 3-book series, and the second book of Aftermath I think is due out in the fall. The first one was really good, and it connects back to like some stuff from before Star Wars Rebels,
Okay.
the cartoon series. Yeah, I mean it's all
I
really
think I've read
interconnected.
that,
It's
but I
pretty
don't
awesome.
remember.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, and they focus a lot on like these really obscure characters from within the Empire that you have no idea about.
Mm-hmm.
And now, like, every bit of me just like desperately wants some of these characters to show up in a movie so bad.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyhow.
Well, that pretty much wraps up how we've been doing on. That was from episode number 4. That was the Geeky New Year's goals. We flash forward a little bit to episode number 7. This was the action figure episode where everyone created an action figure for themselves, and then also created alternates. And the 3 people that needed to do this were Lewis, Chris, and Laney. Lewis is not here with us, as you can hear, so we're going to go ahead and start off with his answers. So his vehicle, he said he actually went with the '87 Buick Riviera that his mom drove, aka the tank. This thing, we used to joke that the hood on this thing was so big you could play football on it. It was massive. His character would be wearing cargos or jeans, a t-shirt, nerd pop culture theme, understandable, and Chuck Taylors. So basically, he's dressed pretty much like me, at least my action figure. His items include 2 smartphones, both iOS and Android. Beer, alcohol, spirits. We kind of guesstimated on that one, and I think we hit that one on the head. And then he said a generalized backpack of tech: laptop, tablet, e-reader, Nintendo DSi. He said kind of like Soundwave with his tapes, but it's the different stuff in his backpack. And I'm like, that's actually a pretty fucking awesome idea. So he's gonna get some points on that. His catchphrases when you press the button on the action figure says "Fantastic," "I know, right?" and "Come on, man." Yeah, that's not bad. He also puts little stars on here and says, this would be my work and college version. I guess he gets to dress however he wants for his work. Lucky bastard. Believe me, I can't tell you how much I would love to just not have to be able to, be able to wear shorts or jeans and a shirt. I work in IT. I don't meet the I work with the students, but I don't work with the parents, so it's like it doesn't really matter what I look like, but whatever. Enough about me. So, all right. So that was his action figure. We haven't heard much from Chris yet. Chris, what would your action figure be like?
Apologize for my voice. I sound terrible. I had a hard time with this one. I didn't play with action figures as a kid. I had a sheer castle. I did it. I did sheer castle until I was 6. So I don't really remember it. And I had New Kids on the Block Barbie dolls, so I don't think that counts either.
Take it.
So I guess the dress of the character would be I have a pair of Chucks, jeans, a geek T-shirt, glasses, and blonde hair. So I really like my blonde hair. 3 items.
Yeah, and she looks adorable in her blonde hair.
There you go.
Agree.
Again, another thing that would sound creepy was good. Sorry.
Yeah. Definitely. My vehicle would be my Dodge truck that I drive. 3 items I would have. I don't carry anything. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I don't really have stuff on me. I can't carry my house with me. So I would have my helmet, my quad skates, and my wrist guards because I'm a clerk, so wrist guards are practical in case I fall. Don't hurt myself.
Nice. Okay.
I'm a very practical person. The 3 sayings. As I was writing this, I realized I swear a lot. Motherfucker, Jesus fucking Christ, and out of my way, jerk ass.
Wow, you actually sound really funny when you cuss. Like, you should do like a.
Too nice, eh? It's too nice.
You should do like a stand-up routine. That would be hilarious.
Thanks. My work version is not. Jeans or leggings. Leggings are important for comfort.
Gotcha.
I would have a T-shirt with flour all over it because I'm constantly baking, and I would probably have bedhead. And then the college version wouldn't be much different. Then the work version, except I went to an outdoor education school, so I would have work steel-toe boots and a compass. Yeah, but
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I would be a supervillain. I had a friend last night comment on me. He said that I looked like a supervillain, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Wow. Hey, do you know who Louis C.K. is? Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know that bit where he talks about the guy in traffic and says, "Eat a bag of dicks" or whatever?
No.
Yeah.
I just was imagining you trying to go through that routine like on stage. That'd have been hilarious.
Oh my god.
That's awesome.
Sorry, is that creepy? I don't mean to sound creepy.
No. Are you being nice? I can't tell right now because I don't know the routine.
No, I'm not being a dick. I'm not being a dick.
Okay. Oh no, just that if you were like.
No, I don't think. I took it as a compliment
Yeah,
for
I
you.
did
So.
too. That was
I'll
legit.
have to check that out, Cyrus. I'll check that out.
You would be really funny. I'm just saying. You have that delivery of like, oh, I'm super polite and everything. Like, oh, I don't know too much, but let me just say these horrible things.
That would be actually. You know what? You got a good point.
It sounds so nice because I'm Canadian and have a
Yes.
happy
Yes.
cheer.
Yes.
You should do this.
Okay.
It would be really funny.
It's like the opposite of a straight man. Like, how Justin Bateman is like his persona when he's acting, he's the straight man. Like, he just comes out with these
Yeah.
So I'm like the female version of that. So nice, and I'll go tell you to fuck off.
Maybe
I love
Eugene could assign you homework.
Okay.
Really? I thought for sure you were going to say. Really? I thought for sure you were going to say. So, Ray seems like he could pull off straight man pretty good. That would actually be a pretty good comedy duo there.
Can he? No, because I can make him laugh.
Okay, well then, yeah, there you go. So.
Yeah. I'm the goof in the relationship, believe it or not.
I love that.
Awesome.
Oh my god.
Again, once again, another creepy thing that she says.
See, but it's fine because it's just ladies compliment ladies.
There you go. All right, Lainey, what is your action figure like?
Okay, can I say I'm really excited to do this?
All right, go
because
for
when
it.
I listened to the episode, I was like, God, like I really wanted to do it. All right. So my standard action figure. So she obviously looks like me. She's got short blonde hair. She is dressed in my little black dress that has all the horses on it.
Okay.
And she's got on knee-high black socks, my Doc Martens, and my beloved denim jacket. So pretty standard.
Yep.
She's got her 3 items come in her crossbody bag because I hate carrying regular purses. It's either a backpack or it's a crossbody bag. And I've got my iPod Classic that I refuse to get rid of because it's the only thing that carries all of my music on it. I have a pint glass
Okay.
full of something. And then I just have my glasses in their case because I do that a lot. I don't like to wear my contacts all the time because I get itchy, so I always bring my glasses with me. And then she drives my beloved blue Fiesta that I drive. I love that car. I'm obsessed with it.
My wife calls it the pregnant roller skate.
Yeah, it's a pregnant roller skate. So I love that car. So, and then the 3 sayings that she says are, how dare you?
Yes.
And you stop.
Yes.
And son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty accurate.
There you go. So, but yeah, so that's standard Lainey that you buy.
Okay.
And then if you want to buy alternate version, the alternate version I came up with, and I came up with this while I was gone, was Disney Parks Lainey.
There you go.
So she comes in her denim overall shorts because I look damn good in those denim overall shorts. And a tank top. She's got her flannel tied around her waist because it gets chilly in the AC. She's of course got on Minnie Mouse ears because always. And then I have my trusty Rapunzel backpack, which all of my Disney friends can tell you always have a raincoat, sunscreen, and an extra pair of shoes in there, always. And a
Very
water
practical.
bottle. Yes, you live in Florida, man. You'll get real fast. Oh, and of course, she's got a handful of fast passes for Animal Kingdom that all of her friends gave her, so she doesn't have to wait in line for anything.
Well, there you go.
And she can ride Dinosaur 16 times in a row, which is basically what I do. So, and then her three phrases that she says are, can we get fast passes for Fantasmic? What's the wait for Tower of Terror? And I really want a Mickey bar, though, guys. So, yeah, that's my alternate version. And then is it college version or high school version? I did both, just in case.
Well, considering your age, I left that up to you.
Okay.
Considering you just kind of finished college, so yeah.
I'll do college version because she's pretty cool. She just didn't have to dress as fancy. So she's got on jogging pants or leggings all the time.
Okay.
All the time. A T-shirt from one of the local bars that she earned.
Okay.
Earned.
For drinking all the beer.
I was going to ask, how did you earn this?
Did the Tour de Draft because I am a champion, my friend.
All right.
Yeah, she's got her backpack full of her teacher notes and her color-coded pens and her planner. And my iPod because I don't like to walk around campus without headphones in because I don't want people to talk to me.
Gotcha.
And she's got bedhead for sure.
Okay.
And sunglasses so she doesn't have to make eye contact.
Sounds like me when I go to the grocery store.
Yeah, that was me in college.
Good deal. All right, though. That pretty much wraps up episode number 7. We move on to episode number 9. This was the odd food pairings. I didn't really assign anything to anyone on this one. If you can remember something from that episode that you remember that you've eaten since then or something, you can kind of chime in. I did specifically put myself for this one because going back and listening to that episode, one of the things that was brought up was, of course, it was very, very vague, but it said cheese and jelly. And I thought about when we were discussing it, we were like, I don't know, I might try that, and I don't know why it didn't just slap me in the face. I've tried this. I've done this. And in fact, this is one of my favorite things at Christmas time. My mom makes a cheese ring that is made. It's got nuts in it, but it's got it's all these different cheeses, and it's pressed together. And you take it and you spread it on a cracker, and then you put a raspberry jam on top of it, and it's wonderful. And I don't know why it didn't hit me whenever we were having that discussion. I thought, something kind of. I think what it was is Jennifer was on that episode, and she asked, "Is it something along the lines of a what's that sandwich that's fried?"
Monte Cristo.
Monte Cristo. She thought maybe it was along the lines of a Monte Cristo, and I don't really care for Monte Cristo, so I think that's what sidetracked me, and I was like, no, I don't know if I would try this or not. And then, like I said, after the episode, it totally hit me. I thought, hell no, I love this. I don't know what I was talking about. So, yeah. Anyone else want to chime in on if you remember anything from that episode? Like there was like peanut butter and bacon, avocado and chocolate. There were some odd things on there. So
I would try.
So yeah. So that was episode number 9. Moving on to episode number 10. There were 2 things that needed to bring up. The first one was Launchpad actually on Tailspin? Everyone was talking about this. Like, no, we couldn't figure out what the name was, and so I did the research. Launchpad was not on Tailspin. Launchpad premiered on DuckTales and then moved on to Darkwing Duck. He never was actually on Tailspin. So just to clear that up. The other thing from that was near the end of the episode, Cy made a comment, and we decided that we should assign each other characters from the Disney universe to play us in this mashup Disney afternoon cartoon version of this show. Just as a recap, they decided that I was either Cogsworth, I'm sorry, or Zazu, or Chip from Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers. We kind of decided that Rudy would be Donald Duck. I think we decided that Cy and Jay would be Timon and Pumbaa. That was actually a good. We didn't say them specifically in that order. We kind of came around to that, and after the episode, I thought, actually, that kind of works. Yeah.
Pretty good.
I love it.
Yeah, so the 3 people that we didn't have picked out were Lainey, Chris and Ray. So anyone want to jump in? I'll go ahead and start real quick with
Right.
the idea I had for Lainey, and I don't know why this didn't hit me, but if you've seen the movie Big Hero 6, which by the way is a great movie,
Yeah, it is.
the character on there is
Honey Lemon.
Honey Lemon, and yeah, I think that's a pretty good representation of Elaine here. So
Way too excited about everything.
yeah, so but she was cool. I really enjoyed that movie. So does anyone have any recommendations else about Lainey?
I was going with Dory.
Really? I have a friend that reminds me a lot of Dory, actually.
I was thinking slightly Dory.
Yeah, maybe. I'm sticking with my my thought.
I like
of the
yours.
thing.
Yours is really good. That did not occur to me. I think yours is probably a little better. But yeah, as I was searching through the my library of Disney characters in my mind, I was like, Dory's about as close as I could get.
Yeah.
My friends say Honey Lemon a lot.
Yeah, Honey Lemon is a good description. So, all right, so let's move on to Chris. Any thoughts on Chris?
I have mine for Chris.
All right, what do you have?
So I actually had a bunch that I was thinking for Chris because I kept coming around to different ones.
Okay.
But I finally settled on one that I think kind of fit. Nani from Lilo and Stitch.
I've never
She's
seen
Lilo's
that.
older sister.
I've never seen that movie.
You need to, because it took me a little bit to get there, but she reminds me of Nani because she's like strong and like she's tough.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't take any shit off of anybody, but she's very like kind and nurturing and like takes really good care of the people around her and really just wants to make sure that like she's doing what's best for her family. So that's it dawned on me like that's Chris.
Yeah.
This is for sure. She's not. You should watch it. Your kids will love it. It's a really good movie.
Okay, I gotta do mine for you.
Oh yeah.
Do mine for you. Okay, you remind me of Jessie from Toy Story.
Oh, that's not bad either.
I was actually going to say that. I
Yeah,
couldn't remember
because
the-
you're so spunky and happy, but if you get pissed off, I'd be worried.
That's right.
I have
Oh
that
damn! I don't know. That may trump my pick.
I do like critters, so that's.
Jesse is a damn good pick. That's a good
I
pull.
love that. I love that.
That's a really good pull, actually. You know what? I would go with that. I would go with Jesse.
I'm down.
Okay.
Let's make it a
I would go with Jesse. So,
I love that.
does anyone have anything else for Chris? I honestly racked my brain, and
Like I said, it was for me. It was between that and then Go-Go Tamago from Big Hero 6 also.
Who?
The girl with the badass like.
No, I thought about her too,
Yeah.
but I wasn't sure. I was just thinking
Well,
her
the thing-
because
she
of
didn't-
Honey Lemon,
Yeah,
but
she didn't have like the like sweet like nurturing side that Chris has. And
Right.
So I went with Nani instead.
okay, So, but I was also thinking because of the whole roller derby thing, I thought maybe that was a good pull
me
too.
I
So,
was like,
but
oh,
yeah.
okay, got it.
No, I think if no one has anything else for Chris, I think the one you had pulled was pretty good. So, what do we have for Ray?
I have one for Ray.
Oh, that
Okay.
I know what I would
And
do
this
for
was
that.
a coincidence. But in the same movie, see, Chris, you have to watch Lilo and Stitch now.
I will. I'll watch Lilo.
In the same movie, there's a guy named David, and he like hangs out a lot with like Nani and Lilo, and he's like really sweet and like funny and like very kind-hearted and like kind of the same way like he just really like looks out for Nani and Lilo and like makes sure that they, you know, he helps them out in any way that he can. Just like a really good, kind dude.
Mm-hmm.
And that reminded me of Ray.
Okay.
And it kind of works because at the end, like, Nani and David have, like, a thing.
Oh, well, there you go.
See?
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. That works.
All right, Chris, who were you going to say?
I was going to say Baloo.
Oh, I love that.
Because he's a
Okay.
big bear. I mean, Ray's a big guy. And he looks tough, but he's not. He's very sweet. And he's pretty laid back. I'm more laid back than he is, but he's pretty laid back. And he's just, I don't know, he's just fun to be around. He's just super
I
chill.
love that.
I think, yeah, I don't have anything to beat that. I think that's actually a good pull. So,
I like that a lot.
I'm thinking about your further description. Do you think Wreck-It Ralph would fit at all?
Yeah, because he sort of has those big, shaped
Just
like
because you're a bad guy doesn't mean you're a bad guy.
yeah.
You just love that line,
Just
don't
because
you?
I love
you're
that
a bad
line
guy
so
doesn't
much.
make you a bad guy.
Awesome.
He
Sorry.
would war with that. He would be upset that people thought he was a bad guy. Yeah,
I like that.
Wreck-It Ralph.
that's a good one.
I thought of another character for Eugene.
Oh God, really?
Yes!
Not with me again.
You remember when Don Knotts was in that movie where he played the animated fish?
Yes.
What?
Yes, that's not Disney, but I'll take it.
Oh, is it not Disney? Damn it.
That's not Disney.
No, but they do have that fish in the Little Mermaid ride at Disneyland because the
so
animators love it. So
it all ties in.
Why is it? Okay, never mind. All right. All right, so that pretty much wraps up episode number 10. Moving on, let's see here. We have we flash forward to episode number 13. Nothing really to report on this one except for the opening question. This was the voting of lesser evils, which, by the way, is still hands down one of my favorite episodes that we've done. But at the opening question was Millennium Falcon or Starship Enterprise, and the question was asked which is actually faster. So I looked it up. So after doing the research on this, the Millennium Falcon goes light speed. The Enterprise can go up to warp 9.9, depending on the movie, so on and so forth. And warp speed is slower than light speed. So if you were going to vote specifically on Millennium Falcon or Enterprise just for the speed factor, the Falcon's the way to go.
Plus, the crew is way better.
That being said, if you were going for the size, for the amount of people, for the weapons, you kind of have to go with this price. So, all right, moving on to episode number 15. Unfortunately, we won't be able to 100% finalize this because Jay isn't here. But on this episode, we had technical issues at the end of the episode. This was the one where we were coming up with our finalized list for the Sega Genesis, and unfortunately, Jay will be the only one. No, wait a minute. I don't know if Lewis actually got back to me on his number here. So apparently, no, he did not. So we won't have this 100% finalized. So I guess, Cy, we'll just have you jump in here. So on this episode, near the very end, we had technical issues, and the problem that we ran into was right as we were going to be assigning additional points for each of the games that were on our list to kind of change the rankings around. The internet crapped out on us. We had issues. So as it stands right now, Sonic the Hedgehog, it was our number one with 17 points. Revenge of Shinobi got bumped up. Had 12 points, moved up to 15 points because of Rudy. Derek added 3 points to Golden Axe, taking it from 8 to 11, and I added 3 points to Strider, bringing it up to from 4 points to 7 points. So our current top 5 is Sonic the Hedgehog 17, Revenge of Shinobi 15, and Golden Axe 11, Strider 7, and Streets of Rage 2 6, followed by Tommy Lasorda and X-Men with 5, Mickey Mouse, John Madden with 4, NBA Jam with 4, Contra 4. Cy, is there a particular game that you would want to add points to bump it up a little bit? You could add points to Revenge of Shinobi to bring it to the number 1 spot.
I've never been.
You could add points to Streets of Rage to bump it up to number 4 instead of number 5.
I've never been a big Shinobi guy. That wasn't a game. I never even had Revenge of Shinobi.
Okay.
So yeah, Streets of Rage 2 I would bump up.
Okay, so you would bump it up to 9 points, which means as of right now it is our number 4. So our current selection is Sonic the Hedgehog, Revenge of Shinobi, Golden Axe, Streets of Rage 2, and then Strider. So that's the current setting. And then once we finally get a hold of Lou and Jay about this one, we can wrap that one up finally. So, all right, so moving on here. Let's see here. Our next thing that we were going to take a look at is episode number 5. Oh, also episode number 15. Jay's not here to comment on this one, neither is Derek. We talked about how we were introduced to the Sega Genesis, and we never got around to your story, Si. How did you come across the Genesis?
Well, of course, I saw a commercial on TV or whatever, but really my first experience with the Genesis was uh, me and Manon have this cousin of ours named Paul who used to live not too far from us, and we would go hang out with him sometimes. And he always had the cool shit. I mean, he just always had whatever was the coolest shit, and we didn't have. You know, he got like the Technodrome for G.I. Joe. He had, Castle Grayskull. He had, what was that big mountain thing from Mask? Boulder Hill.
Boulder
He had
Hill,
all
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he had all the cool shit. Always. Bitch. And so we went over to his house, and he had a Sega Genesis. And, of course, Altered Beast. And I can still remember when he fired that thing up, just staring at Altered Beast like, how's this possible? And, it started with that, and then he added another game and another game and another game, and we were just obsessed with Genesis for like 6 months. And that's pretty much how I became introduced to that. Of course, I wasn't able to get a Genesis for like a couple of years after that. Mm-hmm. But friggin' Paul always had the badass shit.
Yeah, everyone always seemed to have that one friend. Like Rudy and I always had, we always had a lot of really cool toys. A lot of people came over to our house, but that we always knew that one friend. Like I always had that one friend, this one guy in particular that had Omega Supreme, and I just like lusted after that toy. And I did finally end up getting one, but it was quite a while, afterwards. But yeah, whenever he brought Omega Supreme over, it was just like, wow. So yeah, believe me, I understand where you're coming from there.
You know what would have pissed me off more though is if I had bought a really awesome game that had just come out and my brother had opened it and played it before I could even play it.
Really, you're gonna bring that up? You son of a
Tony, still burns.
All right, so moving on to episode number 16. This was our creating our geek coat of arms. And luckily we've got all the information on this one. So we'll start off with Lewis. Lewis's coat of arms. He said his colors would be black, red, and gold. Black for the San Antonio Spurs, red for the San Francisco 49ers, and gold for Texas State. Okay, all right. That's legit. His items on his shield would be a beer growler, dice, like for tabletop games. So I had that as well. So that's cool. His smartphone and running shoes. Yeah, he's played sports forever, and I know he does still run and stuff. So that seems pretty cool. His spirit animal that he had listed was Chinese style dragon. So just like Ray, he's going with the Chinese dragon. He listed the reason for being it's his Chinese zodiac animal. So okay. The supports on the side, Ice, legendary great swordsman from Game of Thrones. I haven't seen that part yet. And Kylo Ren's lightsaber. That's actually a pretty cool pull for that one. So. Oh, and then his motto said, "You do not talk about Fight Club." That's not bad. I don't know if it necessarily fits him, but that's definitely pretty cool. That's not a bad coat of arms. So, Cy, would you like to go first, or Rudy, do you want to go first?
Go Cy first.
All right, Cyrus. What would be your geek coat of arms?
Well, first off, I have to apologize because I have done this, but I have not put the thought into this that some other people have. So this will go quickly. This was like I had a hard time with this. Whenever y'all were going to do this show, I was like, oh my god, what do I do? And I kept kind of trying to write stuff down, and I was like, no, I don't. And I was like, I don't care, whatever. And I'll just say stuff, and then. So anyway, let me just go through it. Okay, so geek coat of arms. First off, I have my colors, and I have picked 3 colors for various reasons. First one is navy blue. The reason being, I can remember whenever I was a kid getting into a massive argument with several of my friends about the color navy blue being a color. Like, because everybody... I don't know. There was some kind of debate about it being a color, or was it black, or was it navy blue? Was it black, or was it navy blue? And we went back and forth, and I remember this being a big deal when I was like 8 years old or something like that. So it's always stuck in my head, navy blue. Every time someone says navy blue, my ears perk up, and I'm like, is it black or is it navy blue? My next color is neon green, and this is because of Return of the Jedi.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
Because I can remember when I first saw Luke's green lightsaber, I damn near shit my pants because I was like, it's fucking green. And everything had to be green with me for like the summer. It was like I wanted the green popsicles. I wanted the green T-shirt. I wanted everything green, because I was obsessed. I was like fascinated because the green looked so awesome. I was like,
Agreed.
oh my god, it's so awesome. So yeah. My last color is dark purple, and this is purely because of Soundwave from Transformers.
Nice. Nice pull, sir.
Soundwave is the coolest of all Transformers, and always will be. And I had Soundwave, and I had the little tapes, and I loved Soundwave. I had that toy, and I played with it all the time, to the point to where his legs wouldn't stand him up no more.
Yep.
And went over to one of my cousin Paul's friends, and he grabbed my Soundwave and ripped the front of them off. And I never got another Soundwave after that.
And you never spoke to him again.
Oh no, I would have murdered him had. But the dude was a lot bigger than me, and he was older, and he thought it was hilarious that he made a little boy cry. So fuck
What
him.
a dick. Let's find him.
That's what I said. His name's Gabriel, by the way. And if
On it.
that's all I have to go on, but we'll find him. Thank
New
you.
mission for the site.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what is on your shield, sir?
4 items on my shield. 1 is a video camera, and that's because most of my life at this point has been involving video cameras of some kind, whether it was in high school or college or doing videography or doing my movie or whatever. So video cameras have been a big part of my existence. Next item is an NES controller, and I know this is kind of a common thing that people kind of go with here, but video games needed a representation, and I had to think, what video game system personifies all video games, and that's the NES, right?
Yep. No, I absolutely agree.
So NES controllers is what I would consider as close to perfection as you can get. It's fucking badass. Okay, so the next thing is headphones, because I've been doing various different things related to recording audio forever. I really enjoy music and listening to the different kinds of music. I've always been real big into music. Music's what I use to create. Anything that I've ever written has been based on a piece of music that I've listened to. So headphones, big deal to me. Always been a big deal. For gaming, for music, for recording, for doing video, for everything. So big thing. The last thing on my shield is a bottle of diet soda.
Okay.
Because I always drink diet soda, and I can't stand regular soda. It makes me sick. It tastes like syrup. It's disgusting to me. People are always like, diet soda tastes like shit. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. Shut up.
It's delicious.
I've defended diet soda, so I figure I should own it, and it should be there on my shield. So.
Well, there you go. What are the two? I'm sorry. What's your spirit animal? Or the thing on the top?
My spirit animal, I think I've mentioned that I identify with this in the past. I gave a lot of thought to this. There was 2 runners up, and one of them was Falcor the Luck Dragon, just because he's so bizarre and crazy. But I didn't go with that. I went with one that makes sense, and the one that makes sense is, of course, Alf.
Nice. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, Alf is me. I'm Alf, and Alf is me. We're very similar in many, many ways, and I always loved that show back in the 80s.
Oh, yeah, I did too.
I don't eat cats. That's the only difference. But other than that.
Well, there you go.
Although, no, I'm just kidding.
No, really.
Whoa.
Okay. So what are the supporters?
The two supporting items, one is my iPhone, just because my iPhone supports everything that I do. Without that, I couldn't really function. And of course, the other thing that supports me so that I can function is caffeine. So these are my two supporting items.
And what is your motto?
You didn't put that I had to have a motto.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I had 5 to 6 words or a saying. Like I used roll out. Like I said, Lou went with.
I know what my motto is. It's easy. Fuck those motherfuckers.
There you go. That's pretty much it. I was gonna say that has to be it. I didn't want to just lead you there, but I knew that could be. It could only be that. So. All right. Well, that's actually that, dude. I know you said you didn't seem to put a lot of thought in it, but that's very thoughtful. Like that definitely describes you. So, not necessarily things I would have picked if I were picking things for you, but definitely makes sense. Like everything you said, I'm like, yep, nope, absolutely. That's my friend's high. So, Rudy, what is on your geek coat of arms?
All right, let's start off with the colors.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Red, orange, and black. The reason behind
Red, orange, and black. Okay.
red, orange, and black. They're all Star Wars significant. Okay. You always see the Rebel Alliance in red.
Mm-hmm.
You always see black and white for the for the logo of the Empire. And I feel this pull towards both sides. The orange, just the classic X-wing fighter in the orange jumpsuit. That just orange, yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yes. And there's a backpack out there that is decorated like an X-wing fighter's uniform that I desperately want to get for my computer case for school now.
That would be pretty
I wish you would have
cool.
told me that because I saw a bunch while I was in Florida.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
Damn, I've never seen them in person, but I see that they're like designed for laptops and everything. And I see them pop up all online. I'm like, damn it, I want one of those so bad.
Yeah, I saw one.
They look badass, don't they? And some people just wouldn't get it. Anyhow, so yeah, there's my colors. Okay, the four items on it. Lightsaber's got to be one. I don't know that I have a specific lightsaber that, just because there's so many that are so iconic.
Right.
A Rebel Alliance logo, obviously, must be there. An Apple logo, because Apple is so much of everything that I do.
Okay.
The Apple TV, the music, the phone, the everything. Anyhow. And then an Erlenmeyer flask. Because I really, really geek out when it comes to science stuff. That's like my grounding factor in a lot of things when I want to say, what the fuck, all day. I have to bring it back to science. What the fuck? Well, your parents were stupid, so you're probably stupid too. Okay.
Genetics.
Well, there
You
you
know
go.
what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay.
What is your spirit animal?
Well, let's go with supports first.
Oh, okay.
Well, okay.
My supports. A barbell, because, the strength coaching and the athletics and everything, and just it's been there forever. Yeah, so a barbell's got to be in there somewhere. The other one, you're always a lumberjack when you're a lumberjack. So there's an axe in there.
Oh my God.
Always a lumberjack. Always.
Okay.
There is a 6 foot by 3 foot purple flag behind my desk in my office, and an axe handle. Anyhow. Yeah.
I won't do it. I won't say it.
Okay. I'm not.
All right. So we're going with your spirit animal or your motto.
My spirit animal is Battle Cat / Cringer.
Oh, nice.
I like that.
I'm very unassuming. But
So are you going with Battle Cat or Cringer?
well, that's what I'm saying. Battle Cat is Cringer. So the very
True,
unassuming.
exactly.
But when the shit goes down, the shit's going down.
Okay.
Yes. Anyhow.
And what is your motto, sir?
You already know it.
Okay, well, the rest of us don't.
Well, I've already quoted it once tonight. Just because you're a bad guy doesn't mean you're a bad guy.
Okay.
Make you bad guy.
Why is that your
That's
motto?
not bad. I like.
Well, okay. It reminds me of another quote that I like a lot, and I actually have it like in my office, not up like where kids can see it, but it's actually a quote from a gangster, and I can't think of who it is right offhand. But he says, so something to the effect of,
You'll never take
I'm
me
not-
alive.
"No, I'm kind to everybody, but believe me, whenever you cross me, kind is not the word that's going to come to mind."
Sounds like
Something to that
Pablo
effect.
Escobar.
Oh, that was Hitler that said that. No, I'm
No, that
just
wasn't him.
kidding.
No, I'll have to find it and send it to you. It's something to that effect. I can't remember exactly what it says, but I have to look at it from time to time and say, don't fucking hit them.
That should be. There's your motto. Don't
fucking hit them.
Don't fucking hit them. No. Yeah. But this conversation mostly. This is mostly when dealing with adults. Children.
Your motto should be: remember when I said I would build you last? I lied.
I don't even remember that's from. It's got to be an Arnold quote, but I don't know.
It's also related to how you never finish anything, but that's.
Oh God. All right.
Oh, hold on. We going down that rabbit trail? Are you shouldn't be? Didn't you just start the episode off saying that you have done fucking nothing from your list? Nothing. At least I made some progress. You douche. Anyhow, move on.
Wow.
Next episode we're going to hit was episode number 17. This is when we were doing the summer movie preview. The only two people who weren't on the episode to give us their picks were Lewis and Rudy. You don't have to remember your picks because I've actually got them right here. Lewis picked Captain America, Finding Dory, Suicide Squad, X-Men Apocalypse, TMT, Out of the Shadows, Star Trek Beyond, Ghostbusters, Secret Life of Pets. Oh, good. Someone else picked it besides me. Pete's Dragon and Alice Through the Looking Glass. His dark horses were Ice Age, Independence Day, and Jason Bourne. Rudy, your picks for the summer movie game were Captain America, TMNT, Out of the Shadows, X-Men Apocalypse, Suicide Squad, Angry Birds, Finding Dory, Ghostbusters, Independence Day, Jason Bourne, and Warcraft. Your dark horses were the BFG, The Purge, and Ice Age. How are you feeling about your picks?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Let me tell you, not to go too far down a rabbit hole, but the early reviews have been coming out for the X-Men movie, and they're not pretty. So I have a bad feeling that one's going to end up biting me on the ass. So
Yeah.
may end up biting everyone in the ass on that one.
But it looked so good.
I think it looked okay. It's yes, Apocalypse doesn't look great. The movie itself looked okay.
Honestly, I just figured I figured the Marvel following hopefully was going to at least get the people in the theater, but
I just hope there's a scene.
It makes a decent first weekend. As long as it pulls a decent first weekend, I think it'll be okay. But if that first weekend isn't pretty spectacular, it's gonna flop. So
I just hope that all the X-Men have like a scene where they all hold up like fists and they activate their powers and form a giant robot, and then they have to fight Apocalypse. And
really. Dun, 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 dun. All right. The next episode that we wanted to hit was episode number 18. This was our board game discussion, a.k.a. Lewis and I talking for an hour and a half.
Oh yeah, the one I slept through. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that one.
Damn it, that's one I really wanted to be on.
Okay. Well, the board game stuff, you can definitely chime in there, Rudy, if there was anything you want to add to it. Ray wrote, loved the idea of Mousetrap, but hated playing it because it looked so damn long to set up. Yeah, he's right about that. Battleship, Sorry, Monopoly. Sorry was an okay game. Like, I think if I went back and played it, I'd probably have fun with it. And then he was writing about this game called Nightmare. And he actually posted the link to the commercial for it, and I remember seeing the commercial for it. Never actually played the board game.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he posted about that, and then of course like mentioned things like Trouble and Battleship and Yahtzee. Yeah, Yahtzee technically counts. So but yeah, he just wanted to kind of throw in some of those of the board games that he enjoyed playing. So, Rudy, anything you want to add to the conversation about board games?
Golly, there were a couple that was kind of going through my mind, but they were like really obscure, and I can't even think of the fucking names.
Really, Cy?
Really, Cy, are you flashing back to what you did during this episode? Is that what happened? Yeah. Golly, other ones that. Ooh. You pretty much hit all the. All the major ones there. Yeah. That's...
I actually found the entire hour-long video that was that Clue video that I was the Clue video version of Clue that I talked about playing. I actually found the entire video on YouTube and was like posting it, so that everyone could see it. So
yeah, we did actually play the hell out of that.
Yeah, we did play the hell out of it. That was a lot of fun. So, Lainey, anything you want to add to the conversation?
I would love to add something to the conversation.
Awesome.
I used to play Monopoly like a mofo. My family won't play with me anymore.
Now, did you play standard rules or did you play house rules?
As far as I know, they were standard rules. It's the only way I've ever played.
Okay, was there a pot in the middle that you could win?
No.
Okay, you may have actually played standard rules then. That may be why you actually enjoyed the game.
Yeah, I loved it. I love Monopoly now. I keep trying to sucker my unsuspecting friends into playing with me. So I'm sure I won't be as bad as I was at 9. But yeah, I love Monopoly. But I'm weird. I don't like to play regular Monopoly. I like to play the themed Monopolies.
Yeah, that's fine.
I I have Disney Monopoly and I'm obsessed with it. I love to play that one. But that, and then I don't know if this really counts, but when I was a kid, my favorite game to play was this lovely little board game called Pretty Pretty Princess. And it's awesome if you've ever played it. You just you spin the thing and you go around and you're assigned a color and you just try to get all the jewelry so that you get the crown first, and it's awesome. And actually this year for Christmas, my mom took my old board game and fixed some of the broken jewelry and then had some of it remade so it's fancier. It's actual jewelry.
Nice.
Yeah, and so yeah, she redid it for me. So now I have the complete set again.
That's awesome.
It is amazing. Yeah, it's in my closet. I'm obsessed. I'm waiting to bring it out at the right time. I actually think that my nephews might want to play with me if I
knowing my boys, yes, I can definitely see them wanting to play that.
Try to talk them into it. So, but yeah, that was I would beg my friends to play with me. My mom used to play all the time with me when I was really little. So every Friday night we do pizza and we play that game.
See, I cannot wait to start doing a board game night. One of the games that we talked about a little bit was called Zombie Dice, and I've actually found a kid-friendly version of it with dinosaurs. I'm really looking at trying to get a copy of it because I think the boys would enjoy playing it. There were two things that I wanted to add to that conversation that I thought about after the fact. Geek and Sundry actually has a show. I don't know how long it's going to last, but it's super fun, happy board game. I can't remember the exact title of it. If you just go to their YouTube channel, you'll find it. And they take standard board games and they quote-unquote amp it up. So one of the episodes they were playing Operation, which I always hated that fucking game.
It's like a panic attack in a box.
Yeah, but they were playing it as teams, and every time you accidentally hit the buzzer, the other team, you were wearing goggles while playing it, every time you hit the buzzer, the other team got to shoot you in the face with fake blood, which I think is an awesome addition to it. But yeah, so they've done some different things like that, which I'm like, that's kind of cool. One of the things, and actually Christy got a copy for her birthday. I want to say Bolden got her a copy of Guess Who. It was a game, has all these little pictures on it.
I love Guess Who.
The way they played Guess Who on the episode though was you don't get to ask questions about how the person physically looks. So you can't ask, does your person wear glasses? Is your person blonde haired? You have to ask questions about their personality, extrapolating from what you think they look like. So you would ask questions like, does this person leave bad reviews on Yelp? Does this person,
did they order their dressing on the side?
Yes, stuff like that. Is this person a vegan and lets everyone know
it?
That type of thing. I think that would actually be a fun way to play that game.
I want to do that.
So, and then the other thing I wanted to bring up, and it didn't come up in the conversation, was how does everyone come down on Trivia Pursuit?
Love
I've
never
never
played
enjoyed
it.
Trivia Pursuit.
I've
love
never played it because it looked too difficult and I didn't want to do it.
I love
What were you
it.
saying, Chris?
No, I love it. I sort of have the ability to retain useless pieces of knowledge. So for me, Ray won't play those games with me.
See, yeah, I would probably play it with you a couple times and then be like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm done. This is
I like bar trivia, but something about sitting down and playing Trivial Pursuit makes me like anxious sweat. I don't know. I don't like it.
So yeah, that's like I said, I know there's specific versions out there, but yeah, like it never fails. I would get to the, I would get several of the pieces in and be fine, and then I'd get to like there was always a sports section, just like, well, fuck this, I'm not gonna win. So yeah, so unless it was something like super duper simple, like
You're just not very cold-blooded. That's okay.
yeah. So all right, and then moving on, last week's episode was the Good and Bad Mothers episode. If you listen to the episode, we actually came up with a pretty substantial list of good and bad mothers. If anyone who was not on the episode wants to add anything, which would be Lainey and Rudy, any particular mothers that you can think of that we didn't mention that that deserve to be either added to our good or bad list?
Lois from Malcolm in the Middle, I actually wanted to add to the good mothers list.
Oh, you're killing me.
I love that show.
Yeah, your mom said you did.
Yes, I love that show, and I really liked her. Like she had a pretty tough brood there,
She did, but she yelled every single
It's
word.
okay. I know lots of parents that yell. I turned out just fine. Didn't I?
Not naming any names.
But no, I love Lois. And then definitely Jill Taylor because I loved Home Improvement.
Yeah, she was on.
And then my worst mother list was actually Mother Gothel from Tangled.
Oh, that's
good. That would be pretty bad.
Kidnapped Rapunzel from her actual parents and like locked her in a tower for her entire life, so she could have her hair, so she could stay young and pretty. So I thought that was. I figured that was like enough to put her at the top of the list. So.
Yep, that would do it. Rudy, was there anyone you wanted to add to the good or bad mothers list? TV moms or movie moms?
I was totally fresh out. Y'all had a pretty exhausting list.
Yeah, it's okay. So, all right, that pretty much wraps up the majority of. Well, that wraps up all the main topics. The only thing I was going to go back and look at, if anyone wanted to kind of run through some of these, is the opening questions. Now, we're not going to go really in depth with this, so just it'll be kind of rapid fire. So let's see here. So we're not going to go with that first question because, God, that was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Which would you rather have while watching a movie, popcorn or candy, Lainey?
Oh, I like the sweet and the salty.
Pick one or the other.
Popcorn.
Rudy, popcorn or candy at the movie theater?
Popcorn.
Popcorn. Let's see here. Star Wars or Star Trek, Lainey?
Star Wars.
Rudy?
Star Wars.
Chris?
Star Trek.
Star Trek, okay. Let's see here. Board games or video games? Lainey? Rudy?
What was the question?
Board games or video games?
Damn it. I can't decide right now.
Okay, the other one's
Video
not
game.
going in the fire. You just have to choose one.
Video game.
Okay. Mel Brooks or Woody Allen? It's Rudy.
Mel.
Gotcha.
God.
Here's the question that I just loves. Marvel or DC? Lainey.
Marvel.
Chris.
Marvel.
All
As
right.
of now, talk to me after Suicide Squad.
Okay. Let's see here. Mac or PC? Chris.
Mac.
Rudy.
Mac.
Weird Science or Real Genius? Lainey.
Weird Science.
Rudy.
Weird Science.
Okay. Simpsons or Family Guy? Chris.
Simpsons.
Okay. Star Wars trilogy or Lord of the Rings? Rudy.
Star Wars.
Let's see
I got a
here.
lot of heat for that one.
Coke or Pepsi? Laney.
Coke.
Rudy.
Coke.
This is America.
Chris.
Merc.
Neither. They both taste gross.
Like, shit on both of them.
The truth.
Well, if I could go with neither, then yes, I'll go with neither. Also,
I'm going with neither. That's my choice.
Okay, I'm
All right.
I'm
I'll
seconding that
accept.
motion. I'm 3 years no soda.
Okay. Enterprise or Millennium Falcon? Rudy.
Millennium Falcon.
Thank God.
RoboCop or Terminator? Rudy.
Terminator.
Okay.
By the way, the Enterprise Millennium Falcon, that's not the way that question's presented. How dare you?
Oh my God.
What do you mean?
The question isn't which one do we like better. The question was which one was the better ship. Which one?
Yeah, which one would
Okay,
you rather
I'm sorry.
fly in?
You are right. But if you were going to ride in either one of those ships, Rudy, which one would you pick?
Based on what?
Anything.
Okay.
Based on everything
You
that
are
you know about him, 1, 2, 3, go.
You are exploring space. Which ship would you choose?
That's the question.
You're
Oh.
right. You're absolutely right. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, great question. Okay, well, if I was just into everybody giving me everything for free and being a pansy, then yes, I'd have to go Enterprise. But Millennium Falcon.
Okay, well,
Wow.
Who wouldn't want a Wookiee?
RoboCop or Terminator, Rudy?
Terminator. All the way.
Okay.
Terminator.
Let's see
Terminator.
here.
He has such a support system. It's not even funny. Skynet?
SNES or Genesis, Laney?
What?
I knew I was going to get an answer to that one. Chris?
I'm with Laney.
Okay. Shotgun or axe, Rudy? This is
For a
specifically
zombie
for the
apocalypse.
zombie apocalypse, correct?
Axe does not run out. Axe.
All right. Let's see here.
If you were really late to a movie, Rudy, would you go in or would you just suck it up and buy a ticket for another showing?
Oh, I would definitely come back and see the movie later. I no. Late is
Okay.
not acceptable for a storyline.
Yeah, pretty much everybody was on the same boat on that one.
Which is why it hurt so bad that my brother played the video game I saved for him before.
no.
Oh, really?
I'm just telling you, it hurt to the core. And I could
Thanks
never,
for that, Si. Thanks for that.
Hey,
never go back
hey,
and buy a ticket
was
at the
it-
beginning of that.
Was
Ever.
it the gold cartridge?
Yeah, it was the gold cartridge. What do you mean? Was it the gold cartridge?
Oh.
Team Cap or Team Stark, Rudy?
Does anybody else have to answer this question?
What?
Does anybody else have to answer this question?
I already
I do.
answered.
Yes.
I'm totally Team Stark.
Did they give justifications? Team Cap or Team...
Well, this is before we saw the movie too.
Oh, I haven't
True.
seen the movie yet. I haven't seen the movie either.
Oh,
So there
okay.
you go. You're in the
Yeah.
same boat as everyone.
Yeah. Okay. When I asked this question, it was before the movie came out. So
Okay, perfect. Okay, well
Before
then right
going into the movie, are you
on the
Team Cap?
premise from what I've seen from the commercials, I'm going Captain.
All right, Team Cap. Laney.
I'm
I'm
going
gonna
with
say
his
Team
side.
Stark
All right,
because I can.
Chris. Team Stark or Team Cap?
Team Nick Fury. I don't know.
Team Nick Fury. I love it.
All righty.
Let me just say this. I think everybody starts out Team Cap, but when they mature, they're Team Stark. That's all I gotta say.
Really? Because no, I'm still Team Cap.
You know, we could go down a
I'm
whole
sure
political
as soon as I
landscape
sit down
here,
at
with
the
side.
theater, I will
You
tell
know,
my mind
Team
6 times.
Team Stark is making America great again.
Well, I'm sure Team.
Oh.
I'm sure Team Stark. I think Team Stark is more than likely, giving out free healthcare and shit. I mean,
Whoa.
come on.
I
Oh.
don't know.
Which side is
Okay, we're not dragging this
Scarlet
into
Witch
this.
on?
Don't.
Because that's mine.
Scarlet Witch is on Team Cap.
Okay, then Team Cat.
All right.
Bang. There you go.
And then the last question is from last week, and that is speeder bike or light cycle? Laney.
Light cycle.
Rudy?
Speed bike. What the hell?
I don't know
Mm-mm.
what like?
What?
No.
We
Hey,
said, most of us said light cycle just because it looks so badass.
So fucking cool.
I
Have
said-
you seen the
I-
pictures
I
from
said
Shanghai Disneyland? They have a light cycle roller coaster.
I tweeted that
Jesus.
picture after that.
Okay. Eugene, if they had a ride at Disneyland to ride the light cycle, which basically looks like some little low riding thing with
They have
lights
one in
underneath,
Shanghai.
or a speeder bike experience, which one would you choose right now if you had to step on one right now at Disneyland?
Oh, probably a speeder
Both,
bike,
but if I had to choose which one I'm going to first, I'm probably, dude, I have to say speeder bike.
speeder
Exactly.
bikes are really cool, and that's what I would really like to have.
But I'm not talking about riding it right now. I'm talking about owning this thing and riding it to work every day. And I'm riding a
Oh,
light
yeah.
cycle, dude.
No, speeder bike all the way. Hell yeah, I would go move somewhere where I could race through a forest of indoor every day to work.
You would fucking first day you'd be dead.
Here's
Just
the thing:
saying.
is like when I love the idea of having a speeder bike. That would be super awesome. But when I watch them ride those things, I would hit a tree.
Thank
Okay.
you.
I just
But-
would.
In my fantasy land, I'll never hit a
light
tree.
cycle's not
So
but everyone crashes. Even Luke crashed.
Exactly, and I am nowhere near that skill level, so I'm gonna go with the light cycle.
Yeah, I've seen her drive.
For my own safety.
Yeah, for everyone else's too. She's
Yeah, for the safety of everyone else around me.
All right, that pretty much catches this up. So, like I said, hopefully, maybe next week, or we'll just push it to the next one. Jay may just have a hell of a lot of homework. We'll see. So, let's move on to our picks and pans for the week. Does anyone want to go first? All right, I'll go first. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, lady.
Okay, I have both. I have a pick and a pan. My pick is really sappy, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Okay.
I got to go and see some of my really good friends from back in Florida, from when I was a cast member, and it was really great. And so my pick is my group of friends that I lovingly call my Lost Boys. It was really, really good to see them. I'll give them a little shout out because I know that they listen. So Shaq and Peter and Maddie, I miss you all. You're all wonderful, and I'm very, very proud of all of them. They're all going off and becoming little grown-ups, and they're going to go do real stuff. And it was just good to kind of go back and see them and spend some time with them and kind of catch up. So that's my pick, is my Lost Boys. My pan, so Shanghai Disneyland did do its soft opening last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And because I'm me, I kept up with it pretty extensively. One of the things that they announced before the park opened, though, was that they were introducing some. They were giving Mickey and Minnie a little bit of a makeover. Yeah. I don't know if it's because Mickey and Minnie have looked pretty much the same since I was a kid, and so like Mickey and Minnie that I remember meeting looked very specific. But this new facelift, I'm not into it. It's just, there's something very sinister about it. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you go and check it out. And you may like it. I don't. It's just really weird. There's something about their face, like their eyes are smaller or something. I don't like it. They just look more cartoonish.
Did they
And
Chuck E.
they
Cheese
look
them?
more 80s style. I don't like it. There's just something about it really creeps me out. I'm not
Is that
into it. Yeah, that's it.
They're like
I think it
animal.
looks okay.
They're like animatronic.
It's fine. Like, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. I like our Mickey.
Okay.
That's my boss, not this other guy. It's like Morky. That's not Mickey.
All right, I'll jump in real quick for my pick for the week. I'm only 3 or 4 episodes in, but I've started watching Jessica Jones. It is just impressive as hell, especially if you look up to see what the budget was for that show, the amount of work that they're doing on it. And I know you said you don't want to watch it because you don't want to ruin.
10. I'll die if I hate 10.
You're not gonna hate him, but my God, is he a horrible? Like, he is a piece of work when it comes to a supervillain. Kilgrave is. Oh man, you want to talk about some fucked up stuff like that? I cannot wait to watch the rest of the show. Like, I'm to the point I'm just like, I'll just watch it in fucking pieces. Like, I'll watch 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, just trying to get it in. Yeah, so I really can't wait for to get through it, to get to Daredevil season 2, and I saw some news this week that they have announced a Jessica Jones season 2. So, yeah, I can't wait. You know what? I normally don't have a pick in a pan, but talking about that, I just remembered. Yeah, I do have a pan. ABC has officially announced that they are canceling Agent Carter, and that's balls. I know I somewhat contributed to it because I didn't watch the show, as it was coming out, but man, it was a good show, and man, Haley Atwell is easy on the eyes, especially in that 40s attire. Whew. But it was a good show. She was a good, strong female lead. I loved her chemistry with Jarvis. His wife was just awesome. And then whenever the young version of Tony Stark would show up, he pretty much just chewed up the scenery. It was great. Like if you liked the not Tony Stark, but his dad. If you liked seeing his dad in that first Captain America movie, it's just him like 1,000 times over again in the show, and it was great. So yeah, maybe they'll come to their senses and bring it back. I doubt it, but the 2 seasons we got are definitely worth watching. They're both only like 6 or 7 episodes apiece, so it's not going to eat up a whole amount of time your time, but they're definitely worth watching. So they're some fun TV to watch. So, Cy, pick or pan for the week?
My pick is the cancellation of Agent Carter. No, I'm just kidding. My pick is obviously Civil War. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, that's most awesome movie I've seen in a long time. I can't believe they killed everybody at the end. It was fucking crazy.
I know, right? Everyone died. That was insane.
Jeff Goldblum came out. The aliens were there again. It was weird. I don't know. Yeah, I don't have a pan. I just really love that movie. I really want to see it again. It was a good movie.
Yeah, me, dude. I'm in the same boat. I can't wait to see it again. So, Chris, pick or pan for the week.
I have one of each. A pick earlier this week. The kids have to get up, not too early, but early enough. They have to get on the bus by 7:45 in the morning, and I slept through my alarm. Both Ray and I slept through our alarms. I think it was a Tuesday or Wednesday, and we woke up to my daughter kind of instructing Quinn to do something. I'm like, oh, what time is it? Oh my God! And then they were ready to go. They weren't going to wake us up, and I found this note on the table. It says, "Dear Mom and Dad, we did not want to go in the car. We wanted to go on the bus. We love you both so much. Love, Logan and Quinn." It's perfectly punctuated, and her grammar's amazing. It's a proud mom moment there. But they got themselves all ready. They made their own lunches. They fed themselves breakfast. They were all dressed, everything ready to go. And they really wanted to go on the bus for some reason and not have us.
Look at the little self-sufficient humans you made.
I know, right?
That was a proud mama moment for me. And then
congratulations to you for having awesome kids.
They're really.
No joke.
I'm very lucky. They're very easy kids to parent. They're the best kids ever. And then last night I went to a fundraiser, and they had a band about an hour or so after we showed up. And I love live music, and that's great. But it was a really it was a small venue, so it was a small restaurant. And I yelled at people for 2 hours just to try to hold a conversation. So that's why my voice sucks. So live music in a little restaurant while you're trying to talk to people, it's not so fun. I don't like that.
Yeah. Been there, done that. Rudy, pick or pan for the week.
Pan. I hate state testing for children of all levels. I hate it so much. The more I am around it, the more I am into the administration. I hate it so much. It's asinine. It is a racket for money-hungry companies that make up bullshit reasons to assess just obscure, ridiculous shit from our kids. It's amazing. And the pressure it puts on kids and the pressure it puts on adults, it is ridiculous.
Agreed,
So
100%.
I absolutely hate it. And every time something fucking stupid came up this week, I thought to myself, And I'm just going to speak about Texas for a second. The Texas Board of Education commissioner was the railroad commissioner. And that's his only qualifying characteristic to being the Board of Education commissioner. He doesn't know shit about education, but this guy's in charge of a lot. And it's kind of like that way all over America. America's education system is broken. It just pisses me off. It really pisses me off. That's a life goal for me. I want to be on a state board of education to seriously like to make shit right. Anyhow. Moving on.
Good deal, sir.
That's my pen.
Is that how you're going to help the U.S. just go to Canada?
I'm
All right.
leaving.
Yes, I'm just going to leave. No, I'm just going to leave. No, I'm not going to leave. No, I'm not leaving.
Well, just a quick reminder, we will be at a couple of different fests in the coming months. On July 30th and 31st, you can find Cyrus and myself at the Classic Games Fest in Austin, Texas. And then on August 12th through the 14th, you can find me and Cy and Laney and probably Rudy as well at Geek Fest in Killeen, Texas at Central Texas College. We hope to be doing a live show from there. So if you're in the Texas area and you're planning on going to either one of these conventions or fests, however they want to call them, definitely come by. We'll have a booth set up, flyers, and lots of cool stuff. So come by and say hi. We'd love to meet you. So as always, if you would, please go to iTunes or Stitcher, wherever you listen to the show. Still waiting for it to show up on Google Play. But if you would, please give us a 5-star review. It really, really helps us out. The more 5-star reviews we get, the more likely we'll get to the recommendation engine, which will start getting our name out there. There's also a place for you to leave a review. Don't worry about that so much. I'm the only one that reads that. Instead, why don't you leave? Just leave thought. I mean, you know what? I take that back. Go ahead and leave your thoughts on the show. Let us know. What episodes have you really enjoyed? What episodes would you like to see us do more of? That would actually be a really good place to do that. So you can also watch the show on YouTube as well. So. And then, of course, you can find it at Epically Geeky on Twitter and Facebook and on Instagram. But where can we find your individual adventures, Cyrus Martin?
Videogamevirus.com will get you there. Just go to YouTube, look up either Cyrus Martin or Video Game Virus. You'll find all my crap that I do. Or, of course, I'm on epicallygeeky.com and, just constantly doing crap. But, stuff.
Are you still going to have an episode tomorrow? I think I saw you tweet something. You are still going to have an episode of Game Rambling tomorrow?
Thank you for mentioning that. I'm sorry. I really do need to do a better job promoting that. There's a show that I do on Sundays at 5 p.m. Central with another guy named Picky Old Gamer. And he's got his own YouTube channel. You can look him up, Picky Old Gamer. And we do this show called Game Rambling, where we just ramble about games. It's a live show. It's broadcast over YouTube. We have a chat room. You can come. You can join in. You can we actually engage with the audience while we're doing the show. So they give us a lot of good ideas for things to talk about and things like that. So if you're ever looking for like something fun to do on a Sunday afternoon that you can actually contribute to the show, come join us. Again, it's on my YouTube feed. So just look for Cyrus Martin or VideoGameVirus.com or Video Game Virus or whatever. And you'll find, or just look up Game Rambling. Game Rambling is the show, so just stop by and check it out.
Very cool, sir. Lainey, where can we find you online?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at It's a Laney-Bird, all one word. I'm getting slowly better at using my Twitter on a consistent basis.
Good deal. Chris, where can we find you online?
On Instagram at Lake Life Mama and my blog, theimpostersyndrome.wordpress.com.
By the way, those that cake that you posted the picture of that you made with the chocolate and peanut butter on it, how was it? Because it looked awesome.
It was good. It was all right.
Send me a piece because it looked
better. The icing was too thick. But,
hey, you know what? It doesn't matter what it looks like. All that matters is how it tastes.
It was cute, though. Like, it looked, like, rustic and adorable. Not, like, rustic in a douchey way, but, like, really rustic. It was adorable.
Rustic douche. That's sounds like a band.
I'm curious about the look of that.
Hipster band right there.
I don't want to know.
They all have beards and like polo shirts or
oh god.
Button all the way up.
What is that called? Lumbersexual? Yeah, that's what it's
Oh
called.
God! Oh no!
Rustic
Lumbersexual. Yeah. Rudy, where can we find you online?
Let's see, Twitter, Instagram, anywhere at StevensB29.
And you can follow my wacky adventures online at Optimus Gene on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I've finished the boys' proton packs. I'm actually working on the documentation for that. Hopefully I'll have that up here pretty quick. And then, of course, I'll finally getting to make the videos that I wanted to do. So it's going to be an actual complete walkthrough. Like, I've got diagrams. I'm working on pictures. It's going to be literally, it will be a handbook that you can print out and make one of these things yourself if you want to. So doing a lot of work on it, so hopefully it turns out pretty well. So for everyone on the site, have a good night.